Welcome back. Francine and Harold finished cooking, and so we gave a plate to hungry servicemen. We like handsome sailors in the audience. How is it, guys? Thumbs up? Pretty good stuff, right? We appreciate that. And audience, by the way, you're not going to be left out. Francine and Harold say their favorite dessert, the favorite thing they make, is chocolate chip cookies. This is an extraordinary cookie, and everybody's about to get one. So, we're all eating. I'm just saying. And now from food to music, something really extraordinary. The Medicines, John Mark McMillan's emotionally charged third album. He's had great success on the East Coast, and he's currently touring here on the West Coast, where his fan base is quickly growing, and you're about to find out why. We are very lucky to have him here on New Day, here with his partner James Duke to perform the song 10,000. Take it away, guys.
10,000 glimmering like coals in our chest, ball bearings drawn to the magnetic breath of 10,000 weeping with wings on their tears, amidst 10,000 voices for 10,000 years. 10,000 graves yawning, unlocked and unlatched now. 10,000 holes with rocks on their backs. 10,000 tombs gaping wide, singing the praises of 10,000 bodies unlaced and unlaid. As the 10,000 highways unfold their doors for the 10,000 standing on Nineveh's shore, where the blood of a husband silences wars for the girl who rises to meet him. And she sings, "World, I've overcome you, world, I've overcome you, world, I've overcome by my song and the blood of a son." 10,000 rivers run red like my veins, where the bones of men hum like a rattling cave, for sinew to cling to, for wind to remain, in 10,000 lungs for 10,000 days, breathing like a choir of holes in the ground, where the cynical have lain, where the cynical go down. Save the gravity, time lets go of her drowned like 10,000 sparrows unlocked and unwound, as the 10,000 highways unfold their doors for the 10,000 standing on Nineveh's shore, where the blood of a heart
That was great. Well, you had James with you today, but there are actually 4 in your band.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
He's going to do the yes, ma'am thing, too. What is it with me today?
I'm from the South. This is ingrained in me
I
from the
actually
very
really like
beginning.
it. Yeah, totally. I agree with you. Now, tell me a little bit about your background. When did you start doing music, playing music?
I started playing music when I was a kid in church, mostly to impress girls. And
I think that's the reason all musicians start, right? Or the guys, anyway.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It didn't?
No.
Well, keep at it. You never know. So you've been pretty well known on the East Coast. You're now getting some exposure on the West Coast. And are you finding a whole new audience out here?
Yeah, I love the West Coast. It's a totally different vibe. Totally different vibe than the East.
Completely.
And, I mean, I love the East too, but there's just something open and big about the West, and I love it. It's adventure to me. I love it.
Well, I hear some progressive country sounds there. I mean, obviously the slide guitar. What's the inspiration for your music?
You know, I just love a lot of the old music. I love a lot of the, you know, I love the Dylan and Springsteen and that kind of stuff.
Is that what you listen to?
Yeah.
The early stuff?
Yeah.
Do you listen to country at all?
I do listen to country, yeah.
A little bit? Where are you from originally?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
I see. And for that particular song, did you write that one?
Yeah, yes.
And where did that come from? You stopped yourself before the man.
Sorry. No, that song, I mean, it's obviously got this sort of crazy sort of biblical sort of apocalyptic symbolism, you know, but really for me it's about this idea that the world is really, really messed up, but the idea that I can identify that the world is messed up means that there's hope that there are things that won't be messed up, you know.
Oddly, it reminded me of The Road a little bit, the book, when I was listening to what you were singing about, and just, you know, that there are all these difficulties, but there's a chance for redemption, a chance for hope at the end of all of that. So when I described you as playing spiritual music, and I didn't really know whether to call it Christian music, spiritual music. What do you call it if you label it as anything in particular?
I call it music. I'm going back to calling it gospel, I guess, gospel, rock. I really don't know.
And what does that mean these days?
I know, yeah, well, that's just the thing. Like, Christian isn't a genre of music. I mean, I guess it is in sort of like a shelf you put a CD on, you know, but for me, I've never really thought of whether or not it's Christian music or not. I grew up in a storefront church that my dad had, and that's where I started playing, and I love the symbolism and the language in that culture, you know, and I think a lot of it's beautiful and a lot of it's misunderstood, you know, and so that's just deeply in me, that language and those words and that kind of stuff, and so
so it's really more about the symbolism and the spirit of it rather than some particular doctrine that you're trying to write about.
Yeah,
that makes
absolutely.
sense to me.
It's really more me having conversations with God. It's dealing with my own issues and dealing with my stuff, and they come out in the songs as, I don't want to sound selfish, but I really write the songs for me.
Well,
you know?
how can you write any other way? It comes from inside you, so that makes total sense. And what do you find in terms of age groups coming to hear your music?
You know, we have a lot of different groups. It's funny, it depends on where we're playing in the country. We'll show up some places, there's a lot of 14, 15-year-old young people, but we also play a lot of places where honestly, it's really varied. To be honest, we do a lot of colleges. You know, we'll do churches. Lots of times where it's mostly older folks. Right. You know, it's all fun.
Yeah, and I can't imagine anybody wouldn't like it. It's a beautiful sound. James, thank you also for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You are awesome. You sound wonderful. So you can see John Mark perform tonight at North County Christ the King in Linden and tomorrow night at Horizon Church in Seattle. You can also buy his single, Skeleton Bones, on iTunes right now, and his full album will be available in July. For more detailed information, please just go to thejohnmark.com or visit our website. We'll link you over there. Next up, we're debunking some myths about fertility and sorting out the facts. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.